Hello guys, I know you love science videos the most on this channel, and this is how my channel pretty much grew in the beginning. I've been doing a lot of science videos, but the longer you go, the less topics are left to cover and do scientific research. But today I found one, and in my opinion, this research is actually going to be one of the most impactful and important ones that I've ever done. I've made a video a long time ago on what's the best way to level up friendship on character. And basically there was two options: give them gems or give them flowers. These are usually the things that increase your friendship level the fastest. And today I actually decided to do a scientific research. I have my fairy godmother right now at level 5, and she is like very like literally 1 XP over level 5. And I'm gonna be giving her certain set of items that I have in my inventory. We have lobster rolls, a whole stack of them. We have berry salad, we have fruit salads, gooseberry, dreamlight fruit, shiny tourmaline, sapphire, white impatiens, black passion lilies. I'm sacrificing almost a stack of black passion lilies for this experiment. Vitalis crystal, dream shard, and carrots. Basically, idea is to test all of these items and how many of each it will take to put her over the next level. So I chose level 5 to 6 as a pretty good place because it doesn't take too many things to get you to level 6 from 5, but it also doesn't take too few. So we'll be able to actually compare all of the most popular items that potentially could be used to gift to villagers to increase their level. And we're gonna discover exactly what's the difference, which items give the most. Is there a difference between shiny gems and regular gems? If there's a difference between rare flowers like black passion lilies and white impatiens? Is there a difference between gems, vitalis crystals, dream shards? Is there a difference between fruits and vegetables and different meals depending on their star level or category? This is science! Subscribe if you like science. And in the end, we're gonna crown the winner. The item that increases the friendship level the most. Let's get into it. So the way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna basically restart the game without saving in between every session. So I'm just gonna go to settings. I'm gonna save the game. And the autosave is 5 minutes. So we have 5 minutes to do as much level to try to get her to level 5. If it doesn't work within 5 minutes, then it's probably not a good method. Honestly, it should be possible to get her to level 6 within 5 minutes of gifting. And as soon as I do this, I will basically write down how many items it took, and then I reset the game. We go back to exactly the same level of this girl and start over. This is going to be the most comprehensive and clean test that you could possibly imagine. And in the end, we're going to finally get the answer. So enjoy the gift-giving montage, and I'll see you with a cool spreadsheet in the end of the video with all the results. And the results are in. My god, this experiment took me forever. I actually had to run a bunch of additional tests testing out additional items because I found some results that were fascinating. So you might be wondering, what's the best thing to give to villagers to increase their friendship level? Well, I have a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet will be linked in the description if you want to go play with it. First of all, let me tell you what additional tests I did. So initially, I tested all the items that I had before, but some results were inconclusive. For example, I wanted to test if different flowers, for example, super expensive flower, the most expensive and the most rare flower versus the cheapest and the most common flower, then the most expensive gem versus the most cheap gem. And then I tested a bunch of different food. I tested fruit salad that has 1 star. I tested berry salads. I don't have it in my inventory anymore. I've tested pan-fried anglerfish, which is the most expensive dish that you can cook from a recipe. It costs 2,500. I tested lobster rolls. Then I tested 2 additional dishes. I tasted this large seafood platter that made exclusively with lobsters. It's literally lemon and 4 lobsters. This is extremely expensive dish, which costs 6,000. And then I tested the grilled fish, which is actually 1-star dish, but look at the selling price, 10,000 coins, because I put 5 here and there fishes in it and cooked them into 1 grilled fish. 5 here and there fishes, the most expensive thing you can possibly cook. In Disney Dreamlight Valley, at least to my knowledge, I could not think of the way to cook anything more expensive than 10,400. Because here and there fish, I think it's the most expensive fish. Unless I'm wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point for the experiment, I just wanted to try to see if there is a correlation between price of the food and the actual experience. Anyway, let's get to the results. Okay, not gonna lie, but results are absolutely fascinating. Whoops, deleted too much. So what did I test? First table, basically I put how many items did it take to get the character from level 5 to 6 of each kind. And then there's 2 more tables for some additional data. So first of all, let's go through all of this and let's actually make it sortable. Give me a second. Bam. So let's sort it by score. Pretty much the lower the score is, the higher effectiveness is. So if we sort this, here we go. So the favorite gift, that's something that your character has favored today. 4 of those was required to get from level 5 to 6. And once again, it doesn't matter that it's 5 to 6. The point is, the lower the number, the more experience you get per item. And favorite gifts were absolutely the best thing you could possibly give to people. However, surprisingly enough, not a flower and not a gem was number 2. Number 2 is actually cooked food. My god, I can't type. And this particular test was done with lobster rolls, but I did a lot of other foods just to compare it with each other. We're gonna get to it in a second. Food is the best thing to give to your villagers as a gift if you want to raise their friendship level faster. And I'm sure most people already got their fairy godmother to their max level, but I'm sure there's going to be multiple characters coming out in the future, and I think this research is going to be very useful. Or for people who are just starting to play. Food is the best thing to give. After food, we have Vitalis crystals and gems. They're absolutely equal amount of experience. So whatever is easier, whatever you have the most, I would suggest using gems, but not any gems. There are certain gems that are actually useful in the game. For example, the blue and the pink ones, the ones that are used to craft the path, the opal path, do not gift those because you're gonna need those for the path. Gift something like there's also some crystals that are used to craft lights. So just go to a crafting station, see which gems are the least useful, or just see which gems you have the most of. Also, I would say probably give shiny gems, because shiny gems are not used in any recipes. They're not used for anything. And I ran multiple tests, as you see here. It doesn't matter what price gem is. Okay, let's make this a little bit bigger. I compared the cheapest gem with the most expensive gem. I compared shiny gem to regular gem. All the gems give you the same amount of experience, and also Vitalisk crystals. However, funny thing, Dream Shard doesn't count. Dream Shard gives you exactly the same experience as any other item. So I'm gonna tell you something. Some items in here are estimated because I was giving it to Fairy Godmother and the bar wasn't even going up. Like, you could barely see the difference. So what I did, I took some files in the Photoshop. I basically put them in the Photoshop and compared the levels that it took to increase. Like, I gave him 20 items of each, and I measured the levels in pixels to just compare the items. And I basically noticed that fruit, regular fruit like berries, gooseberry, dreamlight fruit, I've compared them. There was no difference at all. Basically, fruit, vegetable, and fish, they give you slightly more experience than regular items, but it's so tiny that it doesn't even compare with some other items on the list. So unfortunately, the only four things beside the favorite gifts, the only 4 things that actually increase the levels are gonna be cooked food, Vitalisk crystals, gems, and flowers. Everything else, garbage. Don't even try. Not gonna increase experience by meaningful amount at all. And out of all of them, flowers are the worst. It takes 20 flowers versus 13 gems. So gems are almost twice more efficient than flowers. So if you want to level up your characters very fast, and if you have a bunch of gems sitting in your inventory because you've been mining for stone or iron or anything, and you have extra, like a lot of specific gem, just give people gems. It's going to level them up so much faster. So gems, incredibly efficient. Vitalisk crystals are also pretty easy to mine. But cooked food, in my opinion, is going to be your best bet. And let's take a look at how different foods compare. So I've tested 6 different foods of all different price ranges and star levels. And what I found is that the price is the only thing that matters. The more expensive your food is, the more experience it's gonna give. For example, I ran completely separate tests, so these numbers do not correlate with these numbers. This was a different level of experience that I started from, but I did the same thing. I fixed a certain level of XP of Mother, Fairy Godmother, and then I just reset the game after every time I level her up. So these numbers only compare with each other. So fruit salad that cost 25 cents, it took me 30, which is a lot. 139 coins berry salad, it took 18. Lobster roll, which is way more expensive, it took 12. And as you see from this point on, you get very, very, very diminishing returns. You get slightly more expensive pan-fried anglerfish, which is the most expensive recipe dish that you can make without modifying the recipe. It's going to give you as well 12. So basically it took the same amount because, well, the price difference is not that high. But if you take large seafood platter that is almost 3 times more expensive, 2.5 times more expensive than the previous one, you only get 1 less of this dish required, which means that you get like 10%, less than maybe 8% increase in efficiency for 2,500%, 2,500%, 250% of price increase. So it's almost not worth it. And just to make things even more clear, I've made the most expensive possible dish that you can make, and it took 10. So you can see it still goes down. The number of items required goes down. But considering how ridiculously more expensive these foods are and how much increase it gives you, it's just not worth it. So from this chart, from my testing, I found that something that costs around 100 coins is going to be equivalent level to flowers. So if you're trying to give them food that costs 100 coins, you might as well give them flowers because it's so much easier to gather. However, if you go up to 140 berry salad compared to this, you're gonna need like 17, so it's gonna be more efficient than flowers, but still less efficient than gems. If you want to become more efficient than gems, you need to go around 1800 coins price of the dish, which is a lot. These are honestly some of the most expensive recipes in the game, but you can achieve that price by simply putting, for example, you can make a fruit salad with Dreamlight fruit. Let's see, what are the prices of Dreamlight fruit? No, actually, Dreamlight fruit is cheap. Yeah, if you want to have really expensive dishes. Oh, wait, pumpkins. My God, pumpkins. Just make pumpkin puffs. Make souffles. Like whatever you have the most ingredients for. But I think pumpkin puffs, especially if you add a few extra pumpkins, are gonna give you incredible results. You're gonna increase efficiency even above the gems. So yeah, and everything else don't even bother. Pretty much, this is the results of my experiment. If you found this useful, I would appreciate a sub to the channel. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this was a surprise for me. I always thought the gems were the best. And in my opinion, in terms of ease of getting them, like for food, you'll need to cook it up, and if you want to have actually greater effect than gems, it's gonna have to be a decently expensive food, unless you're making literally 5 pumpkins. But then it takes time to cook those pumpkins, and the gems are readily available. So I usually use gems for my leveling up. Now I might start using Vitalis crystals as well. Let me know, what do you use? And yeah, flowers are still a viable option. It's gonna take you about almost twice as long as if you're doing it with gems. And if you want to go completely, like, level them up like this, just grab a couple hundred here and there fish, throw them all together in the pot, and you're gonna get yourself the most efficient strategy ever. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments, what do you usually use to level up your friendships? Or you can just go old-fashioned way, just equip a character and go harvest and plant a whole pumpkin patch. It's gonna work as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and huge thanks to all of our supporters. My green screen is failing me, unfortunately. I don't know, what does it want? What's wrong? Here we go. Slightly better, I think. Thank you so much, all of our demigods, Amanda Davis, Natalie Clark, and huge thanks to our legends. We just got Dominic, a new legend, and thank you Froggy, Trillian, Caitlin, and Michelle as well. You guys are absolutely epic. I will be updating this the screen soon. We got more mods in Discord now, so we're gonna have to add another row. Thank you so much, everybody, for support. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to like, because I know you like the science videos, and this one took quite a while to make. Goodbye.